Okay, you know the feeling. We've all been there. You set up a big event, you send out, I don't know, 100 invites, and then you realize the location has to change, or the time. It's an absolute logistical nightmare, right? Well, today we're going to break down a pretty fascinating system that's designed to solve that exact problem by making sure everyone's calendar just updates automatically. So here's our game plan. We're going to start with that core problem, what I'm calling the organizer's dilemma. Then we'll follow the journey of that very first invite. We'll see what happens when things inevitably change, and then we'll get into the cool part, how the server actually knows what's going on. Finally, we'll see the automatic update in action and talk about what this means for the bigger picture of event communication. Let's dive in.
All right, first up, the organizer's dilemma. And trust me, this is a headache that anyone who's ever planned anything, big or small, knows way too well.
So this is it, the moment of panic. The details changed. What do you do now? Do you send out one of those confusing update emails and just hope people read it? Or do you, cancel the old calendar event and send a brand new one, creating total chaos and hoping everyone figures it out? The real goal here is to manage these changes seamlessly without making a mess of your attendees' calendars.
Okay, so before we can even deal with an update, we have to look at how the first invitation gets out the door in this system. Let's walk through that initial process. So it all starts out pretty normal. The organizer just creates a regular calendar invite. But, and this is the key, instead of sending it directly to all their guests, they send this one invite to a special dedicated server. You can think of this server as the event's central brain. It takes that invite, it completely disassembles it, stores every single piece of information, and then it uses a tool like MailChimp to send the official invites out to everyone. This is so clever because it creates a single source of truth for the event right from the very beginning. But of course, here's where things get really interesting. That first invite is out there. People have it on their calendars. And then a crucial detail has to change. The event is still on, but the specifics are now different.
So let's make this real. Imagine you're at a massive conference. Your first invite was kind of vague. It just said, "Come by my booth." But now you finally have your assignment. It's booth 576. That is a critical piece of information. How in the world do you get that update to every single person who already accepted that first vague invite? And that brings us to the million-dollar question. When the organizer sends this new, updated invite to that same server, how does the system possibly know that it's an update to an existing event and not just a brand new one? This, right here, is where the magic happens. The technology powering this is called Change Data Capture. Now that sounds super technical, but it's really a simple and powerful idea. All it means is that the system is built to do one thing really well. It constantly watches for changes in data, and the moment it spots a change, it triggers an action. So here's the secret sauce. When that very first invite hits the server, it gets assigned something called a unique ID, a UID. The best way to think about it is like a permanent digital fingerprint for that specific event. Every email, every update about this event from now on will be checked against that one-of-a-kind fingerprint. So when an update comes in, the server's process is just incredibly smart. First, it recognizes that UID and goes, "Aha, I know this event." Then, just like it did with the first one, it tears down the new invite. And then it plays this brilliant game of spot the difference with the data it already has stored. By comparing the old version and the new version, it can pinpoint exactly what changed, in our case, the new booth number, and it gets ready to act.
Okay, we've gone through the mechanics. We see how it works under the hood. Now, let's see the payoff. How does this all come together to deliver that seamless automatic update?
Now, this number 3 might look simple, but it represents something really powerful. In the original demo of this system, the creator actually made 3 different updates to the very same event. And the system didn't just forget the old info. No, it logged every single change, creating a complete version history. It literally remembers the entire evolution of the event. And this quote from the system's creator is just perfect because it shows you how agile this thing is. He actually noticed a typo while he was doing the demo, went back into his own calendar, fixed it, and sent it again. The system just picked it up and processed the correction instantly. So this isn't just for huge changes like a new location, it's for perfecting every little detail in real time. And here it is, the perfect resolution. All the organizer has to do is update their own calendar and hit send. That's it. The system handles the rest. A brand new, totally correct calendar invite automatically goes out to every single person who got the first one. No confusion, no missed updates. Problem solved. So, if we pull back a bit from the nitty-gritty technical details, what does a system like this really mean for the future of how we communicate?
You know, this system is about so much more than just convenience. It's really about control and reliability. You can see it's built to be flexible. You can have it run fully automatically, or you can have it queue up changes for you to review first. The big takeaway here is that by integrating with tools we already use and flawlessly tracking an event's history, it creates this communication chain that never breaks.
So we've seen how this can revolutionize something like calendar invites. But it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What if all of our communications could be this dynamic? Just imagine project plans, or marketing emails, or team documents that could intelligently update and adapt in real time as the world changes. What would a future like that even look like?